Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back for another Weekly United, the place where we wrap up the week in the world of Manchester United. And what a week it has been. A week that started with the announcement of the European Super League and made football fans around England, Europe, the world unite against the European Super League and against these billionaires that wanted to create a league which was just for themselves. They couldn't be relegated from, they didn't have to qualify for, like they do have to with a traditional Champions League. They were in it every single season, creaming more money out of the game, while the rest just watched on and hoped they could live that dream. What that would have done to the domestic game would have been disastrous. What that would have done for fans would have been disastrous. What that would have done for those kids growing up dreaming of playing football would have been disastrous. It would have made the sport an elite sport. And I don't mean elite in quality. I mean elite purely financially. And that's not what this sport is. Yes, we know, some of these clubs are massive businesses and there's massive money in the game. And that's because of how big it is. But the fans are always important. And something about football as being important is that dream. It may not be realistic, but when you're in that pyramid, there's that belief that you can keep climbing and get to the top. If they were to... Now, obviously, you don't get relegated out of the Champions League. For those people that have been saying, well, you don't get relegated out of yeah, but you still have to qualify for it. And for those, when you lock it off, like Leicester, West Ham could get Champions League football this year. And in another scenario, in this scenario, that wouldn't have been the case. Incredible stuff. And football fans united, as I said, and got rid of it. A proud moment for football fans. There was a little bit of hope earlier on in the week when we saw the likes of Gary Neville and Carragher and everyone coming out to speak about it and against it. And look, we know Sky and UEFA and FIFA and the Premier League have their own reasons for it and they're purely financial. But players, managers, pundits, everyone, they love the sport. And I think that's what was predominantly leading that. And that won. Now, the great thing about that is these guys planned on bringing in a European Super League which would change football. But in trying to do that, they've now set off a chain of events which could change football, just not in the way that they imagined. Now, the momentum's there. We've seen further protests this week. Chelsea fans standing out, Liverpool, Leeds fans standing out. Obviously, and these seem to be continuing. Arsenal fans believed to be protesting against Kroenke, and Manchester United fans have announced that they will be protesting. An anonymous protest group announced a protest on May the 2nd, 2 p.m. at Old Trafford. Now that date may be familiar to you, and that's because it's the date of Manchester United against Liverpool. Yes, the biggest game in the fixture list for Manchester United. And the protest plans, 2 p.m, Sunday, May the 2nd, Old Trafford forecourt. Protest organisers are asking fans to bring flags, banners and messages to support the 50+1 ownership model message and respect social distancing. What they have said in a statement to the MEN is, we call on all United fans to come together on the forecourt at 2 p.m. before the Liverpool game to collectively make this point in a way the Glazers and the rest of the world cannot ignore. May the 2nd, 2 p.m, there will be a protest at Old Trafford. Now, there was earlier talk this week of a protest on Saturday at 3 p.m. at Old Trafford as well. Now, I'm going to head down there because I've heard a lot of Manchester United fans are going to be down there. Now, if you're planning on doing that, carry on. Obviously, this is one protest. That is another. They're not organised by the same people, but we're all Manchester United fans. Let's keep this momentum going. Do you know what I mean? Must have also come out, which is the Manchester United Supporters Trust, in regards to the 2nd of May protest. And they've said, we fully understand the anger against the owners at this time. We welcome the focus on ownership which is Must's fundamental objective and always has been. We urge our fans to remain united and to work together to help deliver change in a legal and peaceful way. Fans able to buy shares with voting rights is key to what we want to see, and we are working to try and deliver a solution, whether that's directly from a club or by legislative changes through the government. In the meantime, there is no reason the owners shouldn't be hearing the strength of feeling that fans have about this. And a spokesman for the Red Army fan group also said, I think it's fair to say that we speak on behalf of our members and true United fans and fans of other clubs also, that a radical shake-up in club ownership and how fans are treated and involved in the running of their clubs is long overdue. We fully support the idea of a protest, but urge anyone who is considering attending to do so legally and peacefully. Remember, this is something that's United football fans, United fans, and let's not see this turn into something that it shouldn't be. Let's protest, let's keep distance, wear your masks, go down there with your banners. 50+1 is the message. Can we drive this home? And let's show them how many people are out here supporting this. Do you know what I mean? May the 2nd, Sunday, May the 2nd, Old Trafford, 2 p.m. That is the latest coming from, it was an anonymous supporters group that's organised it, but you've also got, as I've read there, statements from Must and the Red Army. So this is continuing, the momentum is building, and let's see where we can take it, eh? All fans, like, you know, Liverpool fans against their owners, Arsenal fans against Kroenke. Let's see where everyone can take it. Can we change football for the better? Also this week, Lingard has opened up on his mental health issues. Check this out.
You know, when you're younger and you see your mum going through that, you don't understand it. You know, logically, really, you don't know what she's going through, and you know, sure, you say, I'm depressed. But for me as a kid, you don't know what that means. You know what I mean? You know, you're just going out playing football, doing your thing. But why, you know, my mum was in bed most of the time. You know, curtains closed, and you know, she's going through it. And this is when I was young, like 12.
Wow.
You know, like I say, we had the help for her, and even for me, it's hard just to bottle things up. You know what I mean? It feels like, you know, you're not the same person. Like I feel like I weren't Jesse Lingard. Like even when I was playing football matches, I felt like the game was just passing me by. Like I just didn't want to be there. It was crazy. Like I could see myself playing, but like watching the game, and I'm thinking that's not me. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not how I play. You know what I mean? Like you go from the World Cup to some performances that I've been playing. I'm like, nah. I said something need to change. So obviously I opened up to Man United, told them what I was going through, told them what mum was going through. You know, there's always there to help. You know, I've had, you know, other doctors that have helped as well, which have been brilliant. And, you know, during the lockdown, you know, I got my head together, you know, because I could have easily quit in lockdown. I could have been like, nah, I don't want to do it. I quit, I give up, whatever. But, you know, the fight in me, you know, always bring me back to life.
Now, the full video, the link is in the description below, and you can go and check that out. Great to hear Jesse Lingard open up. Now, because he's in good form, everyone's going to listen to what he has to say. But even if he wasn't in good form, you still have to listen to. And that's what I hate about, you know, social media and things like that sometimes. If he wasn't playing well and he said this, people would get at him as, oh, this is an excuse. And now because he's playing well, they're all supportive. We should support players, you know, anybody, if they've got mental health issues, you should support them and give them an opportunity to be able to be heard. Or if you've got friends or family or whatever, talk to them or see if they'll talk to someone else or whatever. You know, it's great to hear Jesse Lingard kind of coming out and in a strong point of his career as well, and saying these things because it encourages others to do so. Edinson Cavani, there's been news about him this week as well. It's probably slipped under the radar because everything else that's been going on. But we hear that Edinson Cavani reported his whole Manchester United that he wants to leave the club. Now, we've heard this before. We're hearing it again. It's not what Manchester United fans really want to hear. You know, we've got to focus on the right wing position, DM position, centre back maybe, getting a striker as well. Is that realistic? Keeping Cavani would have been good for another season, but it looks like he's intent on heading back. Well, heading back, the links are to Boca Juniors now. He's not Argentinian, but it's closer to home for him, isn't it? So, you know, it'd be great to have seen him, even though we're not going to get to have been in the... Oh, man. We're not going to get to see Cavani do the celebration and all. Oh, man. That's a shame, that is. someone that's, you know, kind of lived up to the number 7 shirt as well. We've also been preparing for the Manchester United Leeds game as well this week. Now, earlier on in the week, this game, you know, I wasn't asked about it. I didn't know how to feel about matches anymore. They didn't have my interest. And now that all this shit's kind of, obviously we still need to keep up the momentum. I'm not saying it's over, but now it's kind of faded down and there's no ESL. Obviously there could be punishments which change this, but it feels good to be looking forward to a game again, especially, you know, Leeds against Manchester United. Now, no fans there, which is disappointing, but we will speak about that later on today in the preview on this channel. So make sure you're keeping it locked for all that stuff on AdamMcKola TV. Hit that like button, comment, share and subscribe as well. And Ole Gunnar Solskjær has been speaking too, and he's also been speaking about the fans, and this is what he had to say as I'm bringing it up here. He said on the European Super League, I didn't like the concept. It has to be on sporting merit. I want to earn the right to play in Europe. I'm very happy the fans have voiced their opinion and that we've listened to them. In a strange sort of way, it's brought the football pyramid and community together, and I think that's important, and I'm very happy. He said, I'm a supporter myself, and the day when I come back and watch United as a fan, I want to be able to watch a team with the fear of failure. One of my best nights was 99, Champions League final, was something we worked really hard towards to get to that fear of failure. You can't be given it because your name is such and such. You have to earn the right to be there. Glad that our players stood up. Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, De Gea, Mata. You hear of all these players standing up to the board and to those and making sure that they didn't go ahead with this decision. And I think United hanging in there. I know Chelsea and City went first, you know, but United hanging in there would have been a big, strong message to the other clubs in order to, you know, kind of strengthen their resolve. So to be able to hear that from within the club as well as outside the club with the fans, that we have seen, you know, that internal pressure from them, because they would have been put in a difficult position. So fair play to them, fair play to the captain as well, and fair play to Ollie. Looking forward to the game, and as I said, preview up later. Let us know your thoughts. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. If you want to go and check out more about those protests as well, I'll put the link in the description below to the article with that information, and it's all over social media as well. And Stretford Paddock are amplifying a lot of the messages that are getting shared by these supporter groups. So make sure you're following them on socials. See you in a bit.